Now, we won't be able to see the comments. But welcome, my beautiful friend Jess. Here we are back into action. It feels like it has been too long. And I am so excited to be talking about our beautiful premium bundle with you. And
where it all started. It all
yeah,
started with the premium bundle, so it's actually good to go back to the start.
exactly. Now, I'm just going to, can you tell me, while I'm just organising some things on the back end because I'm having all sorts of troubles with StreamYard, etc. So I'm just going to go and share it into our group. But Jess, would you like to tell me your journey? Tell us a bit about your journey, maybe with the premium bundle and where it's led you in life. So I'm going to hand it over to you while
Oh,
I go.
thank you. Well, it's basically walked me through every step of becoming who I am today. In the last 3 years, these oils have uplifted, have held me, have encouraged me, have supported me, basically every step along the way. And there's been a lot of shadow work that's had to be done to remove a lot of personal experiences that I'd had in my life that were stuck. It's helped me become more professional. It's helped me to want to then help other people. It's not just the beginning of an oily journey. It's been the beginning of my reawakening into the person that I should have been in my 20s. So they've been like, they've been like an anchor, an amplifier, and they've been an ally. So they've been like a friend to me. So it's a lot more and a lot richer than just, hey, here's these oils that are going to do this. So I feel for me, the integrity of the oils and the integrity of the background of that and the community that I've also gained and the friends that I have gained, not just with my oils, because I feel like my oils are my friend. So my premium bundle has gone from this small little bundle of oils to what you see behind you, which doesn't have to be your journey, but it's for me, I want to have an oil for everything. That is basically my go-to when anything happens, including emotional or physically, or even if someone comes to me and got a sniffle, I've got an oil for that, which seems to be the running joke in my family now. Oh, I bet you have an oil for that. No, actually, I do. Would you like to try it? And from them going to being doubtful to now actually going, instead of jokingly go, do you have an oil, actually saying honestly, hey, can you help me with this? So it's been like I'm almost like an oily doctor in my house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, what I love is watching all these people who say yes to some essential oils and they grab themselves a premium bundle and their life changes. Now, in so many wonderful ways. Now, I'm not quite sure what is going on here because where I'm trying to stream to, it's not working, but I can't see where it is. It says here, yes, it's streaming on YouTube. It says it's streaming on Facebook, but maybe it's I can't on my phone work that out. So we're just going to keep on keeping on and see what happens. But I might just see if it's on my actual personal page.
And if you come in later, please comment, because we love comments. Ask questions,
We love
because
conversations. Yes, we do. We like seeing. Oh, well, it's saying on my personal profile. Oh, it's on my personal profile. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is share that into the group. So we have an essential oil wisdom group called Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom, where our community gets together and talks about oils, shares things, and all sorts of things like that. So, yeah. So welcome to today's little conversation between Jess and I. And I decided that we would hop on because we know what these oils have done to us over the last few years. I've been using them for 15 years. I'm not sure, Jess, you've 2 or 3 years you must be up to.
2 or 3 years. I did try them in my 20s, but I was using more supermarket oils. I wasn't actually using. I was very interested in aromatherapy and all other healing modalities, but because they didn't do anything for me back then, I was sort of a bit, oh, yeah, well, that's a big thing. It doesn't really work. So it wasn't until actually listening to you three odd years ago and actually jumping in, going, hey, I'm worth this. There's stuff in my life that I actually do really want to change. And I really believed in what you were saying. And I'm really glad I did. And I'm really glad that I listened to that nudge that said, hey, this lady is the real deal, because that's what you are. And that's what means a lot to me. Is this isn't a sales pitch, or this is a lived experience that you are sharing, and that has really worked for me too. So this is lived experience, not sales. That's the thing, like, where you can listen, you can either jump in, or you can go, that's not for me. But the thing for me is, and this is my, I guess, catchphrase, is you're worthy. I've finally realized that I was worthy, and it's like, are you worthy? And you are worthy. So, and these oils are so worth it. Like, the integrity and how rich they are is just incredible. So and that's the thing, like that lived experience. And I've gone from being on painkillers and basically feeling like I had nothing left. I had no energy. My sleep patterns, in the middle of the night, I was waking up with what do you call it? It's almost like a pre-diabetics, where my body, my liver was looking for sugars because it was depleted, because my liver was in a stage of being incredibly like unhealthy, to now I'm having great sleep. Like, my sleep is so much better. Like, I don't take painkillers anymore, and that was like 20 odd years of painkiller taking. So the way it's enhanced my life, and I just keep getting healthier.
It's fantastic, and I've really enjoyed your journey, and thank you for those heartfelt words, because that's definitely how I want to show up, not just saying, buy this for no apparent reason. And welcome to Zita and to Jean. We've got the USA, and we have Victoria in the house. We have Queensland and Tasmania. So we are here to share our beautiful information with the world. And I have discovered that I am live on my personal page. I didn't go to my business page, but that's okay. I'm live on my personal page, and I have shared it into the group. And Zita is watching on my YouTube channel. Oh, I thought she was.
Wow, it's all over the place. It's like, I love that.
Jean is watching it on Facebook. So I've had terrible trouble with StreamYard streaming into our group, which has kind of put me off doing some of these lives. So I've been trying to troubleshoot, but today I thought, no, I'm going to get on. And what I usually love is a conversation, which we haven't had for too long, where both of us have been on, or some of the other girls who love to come on and share their stories. And I love your story because it is so powerful. And, to be able to go off your medications through using the oils, your mindset, your holistic. It's not just a one-stop shop. We're bringing in a whole lot of things when we're using Young Living. And I know that you love some of our supplements. Would you like to share maybe some of the supplements that you enjoy using?
Okay, well, I do swap them around a bit. So I'll go into what I've been using lately, because I've noticed, like, my skin, I've been getting a few little sores and stuff. So I've been using the Sulfazyme for inflammation, to lower the inflammation, olive leaf, because that's really good for your immune system, vitamin D, because it's winter, so the vitamin D is a lot more depleted. Also, the New B, which is what is it, hydrolyzed? Is it?
I can't remember. I know you've
it's methylated.
It's very good for people who have got the MTHR genetic what do you call it? I don't want to
Gene.
call
It's a gene.
situation. Yes.
Yeah.
It's because a lot of the B vitamins, or a lot of vitamins, probably if they've got heavy metals or what, depending on
Mhm.
what they've got in them, but they can't assimilate some of the things. So our vitamin B apparently is very, very good for people with this issue.
That's the new one, because the old one didn't have that. But it's
Yes.
70% of humans, basically, give or take a percentage, have the MTHFR gene without actually being aware that they've got it. So that's having, like, even with iron and your B, you have trouble, your body has trouble absorbing it. So it needs to have the methylation, or that process already being done so that you can absorb that.
Absolutely. And isn't it great that we've got these things to I'm just trying to share this. I'm not having much luck. But isn't it great that we've got so many different supplements to use? And I use most of those. But one I really like to use, which is not so well, it's not like having a supplement, because it's our Healthy Ningxia Red, which is high antioxidant, fantastic for all the organs in your body, great for your energy. And I know if I've had one of those, or 60 mils a day, I've had nearly all my nutrition for the day.
Mhm.
So it's so fantastic.
Oh,
Jean,
yes. Well, you can't go past the Ningxia.
yes,
Mm.
absolutely. So Jean's saying, I'm not able to take medication, been using supplements, but oils just seem to work better, especially for emotional depression issues.
Mhm.
So good on you, Jean, for sharing that. And it's just, it's just so good to be part of this community, because we share our stories, and we're all learning as we go. I know when I first bought my first kit of 10 oils, I was too scared to do anything with them. I'd open them and smell them, and then I'd go, but these are pure oils. What can I do with these? Like, they're pure, they're concentrated. Maybe I shouldn't be using them in the way that I'm using, or I just had no idea where to start. So it's been quite a learning journey
Mhm.
for
And I
me.
think when we start using them too, like, we're reaching out for a reason. We're reaching out because we're missing something in our lives. And I think when we first get them, we're not at that state of emotional intelligence to actually utilize them to their full potential, because we're not in the space of listening to our bodies or anything, because we're depleted. So it actually takes to even just open one, and to start with one, to
Mhm.
then, which that then gets you opening another door and another door. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, look at all these oils I've got now. Oh, hang on. You open up the bottom, you don't realize that you open up the bottom and there's 2 Ningxia sachets in there to try. Like, at first you're sort of like, because I know when I first started using them, my mental capacity was not very strong, and I didn't have that capacity to go, oh, this is good for that, that is good for that, even though I knew that things in the past. It was almost like I was in I was frozen to how to heal myself, and opening all the doors has then led to the supplements and led to everything else, and realizing, wow, like, this is so expansive.
Absolutely. And I loved you talking about what's in the bottom of the box. I'm just trying to hold the box up here with I need more than two hands. But the bottom of the box has what Jess was just talking about, and the top of the box has these beautiful oils. And there's a lot of people who you will share with them what's in these boxes, and then you ring them up and say, how are you going with your oils? And did you enjoy the Ningxia Red? And they go, what Ningxia Red? And I go, still got your box. Hopefully they haven't thrown it out. And they go box and they lift the top layer off it, and they go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had the thieves hand sanitizer, which smells divine and
Which is
doesn't,
amazing.
absolutely, and has no nasties, no solvents, no artificial or what toxic alcohol in it. So it's user friendly for the biome on your hands. And we have our thieves spray, which we use for all sorts of things, spot cleaning. I might have a little spray in my mouth if I've got a bit of a sore throat. And we have our 2 sachets of our Ningxia Red, which is all just like pressed juice and all together, and it is full of antioxidants, full of nutriments, and yeah, just a really great way to support your body. Great for your liver, great for your digestive system, great for your energy. Now we're going to go through the oils in the premium bundle, aren't we? And the reason we're doing this and promoting this at the moment is because there's a great special on with Young Living, and I'll come back to this at the end of it. But you can grab yourself a free cactus diffuser, and Jess has got one right there next to her. And except the free one is like a light brownie color. They're
more of a beige color, which is quite pleasing too.
Fantastic. So that is for the month of July. So that's why we're promoting this beautiful collection, because I think people need to learn about it. Now, from memory, Vala was the first on your list.
Vala is. Now I've got a list here of I wanted to put down, because I tend to go off on tangents and everything. So I've actually surprise. So I've actually basically done a little blurb on what each oil has done for me, and I've sort of condensed it a little. So Vala has been my shield and my spine. It supported me when I was finding the courage to speak truth, hold sacred space, and step into my purpose with steadiness. So it's a great courage activator. It's really good to use first before any ritual that you do, and also to finish any ritual with your Vala.
Absolutely. And I've got a beautiful testimonial this week, because I had my 7-year-old grandson with me, and he was full of mucus and coughing and spluttering, and he was looking like death warmed up. And I said, come on round, come to Nana's, I'll give you a bath and I'll put some oils on you. Well, that got him in. So round he came, and he had a bath, and when it was time to hop into bed, I said, rightio, give me your feet and I'll put some oils on them. So I started with Vala. Now, Vala, my little affirmation when I use Vala is, I am calm and strong. It aligns you with your courage, invoking peace, balance, and harmony. Now, what happened to my little grandson is that I put the Vala on him, and I was just rubbing his feet, and in about 30 seconds, I looked at him, and his eyes were going like this. Admittedly, he was a bit tired, but he wasn't convinced he was ready for bed. But within a minute, 30 seconds, I just couldn't believe it. Well, I could believe it, because this is what our oils do, but it was just wonderful, because he just relaxed into a beautiful state of peace. So I just put a few drops. Look at the beautiful color. This is the blue tan. So I just put a few drops in my hand, and I activated it, and I just rubbed the oil on the bottom of his feet, and he just and he got into this beautiful relaxed state, feeling cool, calm, and confident, and he slept right through. I think it was 7 o'clock the next morning. My daughter was messaging to say, his sister was awake. We were going to get up straight away in the morning and go round to celebrate her 11th birthday, and he was still fast asleep. Now, normally he is up and at him at 6 o'clock in the morning, and normally he comes into my bed, and I just pretend I'm asleep, and he might hop in and go back to sleep. But this time it was me waking him up, and when he did wake up, he said, "Oh, we've got to go and celebrate Sky's birthday." So he woke up in a great mood and ready and rearing to go. So that is with our beautiful Vala. I'll put that up there. And the other notes,
very powerful.
It raises your ability to stand tall and strong and cope with adversity, which is so important, because I think life is seemingly getting more and more complex as time goes on, and we need the strength that, and that fortitude that we don't always have within us.
To be centered in ourselves in what seems to be a worldwide centered world.
Absolutely.
Like we have so much impact of what's coming from the outside, where we actually need to be concentrating on our own community and our own backyards first.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Point. So, and it says here, removes feelings of withdrawal, transmutes inner conflict. And for anyone who's been through any kind of trauma, which equates to the whole of the population, Valor is it's like a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm.
It's my most used oil, I would suggest.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
I don't use it so much anymore. Like I used it for about a year, basically every day, and now it's just more when I know it's going to be a very full-on emotional day. And actually, I should thank you for the ping. I should actually be using it at the moment because there's stuff going on with other people that I could use the strength of Valor.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can speak my truth.
It goes in my handbag, so it is a daily ritual for me, pretty much. I'd say 99% of the time, Valor comes out just to keep me bubbling evenly. Now, what was the next oil on your list there?
One of my most used oils, and one of my favorites, which is frankincense.
I was going to say, but it's frankincense.
Yeah, it's frankincense. That has been, this is the oil I reach for when I want to deepen into meditation, downloads, or spiritual sovereignty. It's helped me to build sacred structure from the inside out. And it's also helped me with my skin integrity as well. Any spots or sores or anything like that, I put the frankincense on. It has really helped me to connect to my higher self and the sovereignty of self, which has been, and that meditation, which is, I think, and even grounding. So the 1D, 2D of our lives, it's helped me to really ground into the earth and to be steadfast like a tree. It's
beautiful. I love it. And my affirmation on my little list is I am strong, worthy, and powerful. So when I apply this, and I'm making a scent tent, these are the words I'm saying to myself. So
which words are very, very powerful, and it's that intention behind it that actually changes the frequency of the oils. So it is part of the oily journey.
So here's our scent tent. We've activated the oil, open my hands, cover my nose. And if you've got some oils at home, you can join in this little ritual. It allows you to embrace your inner power, detaches from that which is not serving you very well. And as Jess said, it's grounding and strengthening. So any tree oil is grounding. We have roots in the ground. We have the beautiful core of the trunk, and we have the beautiful flourishing head of the tree. And, we can imagine ourselves, even thinking of your posture while you're putting it on, putting your shoulders back, holding your head high, making sure that you are nice and evenly balanced. And when you've used your Valor, that helps you to bring the balance back into your body as well. And we call it the chiropractor in a bottle. So when you've used your Valor and then you put your frankincense on, you're already feeling like you're running on a V8. Like a V8, or better than a V8. So these are great oils. So what have we got next, Jess?
Lavender,
yes,
which is the first oil created by Young Living, and the first one that Dr. Gary Young discovered, I believe. So
it is. Gary Young went and learnt from a master distiller in France, and that's where he got a lot of the amazing knowledge that he learnt and had the heart and desire to pass on to others. And people like Jess and I are saying, well, we've kind of joined what will I call it, the Gary train, got on board the train and showing people how to have well-oiled wheels so that we can keep on running smoothly.
Because that was the amazing thing that I learned, was how he is basically like the founder of how oils are today. Like all essential oils are basically from the, like the research and the expansion that he did. Like there was like pioneers behind that, but he just exploded it into this what it is today. So if
Exactly.
it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be where it is today.
Exactly.
It's
They
the
call him
integrity behind him that's the difference. It's not about the money; it's about the quality.
yeah, well, he had a big heart, didn't he?
Mhm.
That wanted to share and he worked very much with God or source or creator and made sure that I think really he was divinely guided in what he did to bring oils into the world. And it's why a lot of companies are bringing oils into their repertoire or into what, they can produce because they could see that they were valuable. However, we stand out because we have our own farms and we have something like 40 scientists who are researching oils and growing things, how to grow and do regenerative farming. We have, one of the largest resources globally. We're the top company in the world, and it's just such a legacy for Gary Young and Mary to bring these oils into the world like they have. So lavender, let's look at this. I am embracing life with a receptive heart. So when I put my lavender on, I, open myself up to receive and open my heart to connect with myself so that I can connect with other people in a genuine and authentic manner. So my notes are that lavender supports you to feel safe and to receive life's experiences freely. Now, a lot of us don't feel safe because of our past, but lavender helps heal that. And it's an oil that invokes a sense of calm and it allows you to move on from criticism, abandonment, and unfoldment. So it is a very nurturing oil. And a lot of people remember lavender because of their grandmothers. And they either fondly or not so fondly, but it's an oil that a lot of people will know to put on in the evening, before you go to bed, or you might want to put some lavender on your pillow or make a spray and put it on your linen in your bedding, put it on your feet. It's what we call the Swiss Army knife of oils. It's a go-to oil. You go and grab your lavender, whatever's going on, you grab your lavender. So if I was outside and I stubbed my toe or I bumped myself and I know I'm going to bruise or something, I'll go and grab my lavender. Swiss Army knife being, you use it for absolutely everything and anything.
I've
Yum.
got lavender, the gentle companion. During
Mm,
shadow work or emotional spirals, it's wrapped me in softness and reminded me of the power of self-soothing.
that's
And
beautiful.
what I really liked with lavender is I read an article recently about how they're doing in the lavender fields, they're doing these experiments or investigations with bees, like bees and
Mm,
lavender, and they've discovered that there's 9 different types of bees that are like feeding off the nectar of the lavender, and I forget the whole essence of, but the essence of it was like how important bees are and pollination is, and and I just love that so much because I love lavender so much, and it's like, but this
mm.
is the research that they're doing. It's not
Yeah,
just about growing the lavender, it's like what helps it to grow, and what animals or insects that they can aid, like the monarch butterflies, how they've like helped with the monarch butterflies and feeding and sustaining them.
mm,
So it's this story of not just nurturing us, it's nurturing the earth and nurturing what's in the earth and the micronutrients that are in the earth.
mhm,
So it's like that to me is what source is and what creator is. Creator is this nature. And so, with the oils being integral to their true form and their true essence, it's a whole, not just this tiny little spot of extracting the oil. It's like the plant, the micronutrients, the insects, the the air that is around them. having sheep in the fields to fertilize and stuff like that's, to me, that's what nature and the creator is all about. So, and lavender is, to me, the essence of that.
Perfect. And the story of Young Living, Lavender's journey is amazing. How we have goats down the rows now, like, you sometimes you see photos of lavender farms and there's not a weed in sight, and that concerns me, because if a farm looks like that, there's been lots of pesticides laden with
and thereby cutting, whereas Young Living's lavender is population lavender, which means it's grown from seed, not from a cutting. So it also has that evolution aspect to it as well, which makes it stronger. It also makes it diverse to the environment that it's in as well, which is, I think, rather amazing.
Yes. And when Gary took the lavender, he took seeds from France to the US, and when he had that lavender, he sent some of that oil. He was so excited when he got his first 150 mils of lavender, I think it was, something like that. And when he sent that back to France, they said, "My God, where did you get this oil? It's the best quality oil we've ever known." And they talked about that's because the seeds came from France, but because they went to America to grow them, well, the soil was different, the climate was different, and the plants were a whole lot more stronger. And then they had a whole different what's the spectrum, the whole different makeup of what was in it. And then they wanted Gary to bring the seeds back to France, because in France there was things in the soil and a lot of the lavender farmers had to pull all their plants.
They had a disease or something, didn't they? They had some sort of disease, and they basically lost all their population lavender.
Yeah. So the local farmers there are so excited, because they now take that lavender. They take their lavender to our distilleries, and we work cooperatively. And we're actually got the biggest organic lavender farm in all the world, which is another exciting thing too.
We could be chatting about lavender all day, but let's get on to lemon.
Yes.
So let's move along. Like lemon. So bright and clarifying. It cleared mental fog when structuring offerings, helped purify stagnant energy, and lifted my frequency when I needed a reset. So reset out of the lavender into the lemon.
Into the lemon.
Lifting, it's bright. It's like makes you go, like sunshine.
Well, it just smells like lemons too, but it's actually cold pressed from the rind of the lemon, which is high in D-limonene, and a healthy body just loves D-limonene. My words or thoughts, or both, when I'm using my lemon is, I'm free and complete. It offers a fresh perspective. It's like that freshness of the lemon helps you to move forward in a new way and removes any feelings of being stuck. And how many times we feel like we get stuck in life? So if you get the lemon out, breathe it in, put it in a diffuser, and you can just dissipate all those things. Helps you to let go of fear, grief, frustration, emptiness, sadness, remorse, and self-blame.
Self-blame is just toxic.
Yeah. And time we moved on from that, because that's all in the past, and it's time we opened the door for that new, fresh perspective. The other thing is that I use it for cleaning my oven. I'll put spots on the oven door, and I'll add it to our beautiful Thieves powder cleaner, which is perfect for nasty, dirty ovens. And you mix a few drops of lemon where it's got some extra stubborn stains, and your oven doors or inside your oven will come up looking bright and new.
And it will smell great, and you can use it basically straight away without having to clean it or let it run for a while, because when you've used your toxic oven cleaners, oh my God, how awful is it cooking after that? It's like the smell is just so toxic and horrible for your whole endocrine system. It's like, what do we do? Anyway,
let's peppermint. Peppermint. It's going to be orange. So peppermint. No. Give me a heads up if you like using any of these oils. What's your favourite? Do you know what your favourite is? So we're going to talk about peppermint now.
A breath of energy, whether navigating the dance of parenting and the purpose or leading sessions, it's helped me stay alert, focused, and refreshed. And it's also helped with my digestion when I'm feeling like I've had a few rich foods and my food feels like it's wanting to come up and say hello, and it keeps going hi, 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 and just some lavender on there just helps to soothe the acidity of my food. It's amazing. And the I'm awake now is just got a bit of a headache behind the ears, on the temples. It's amazing.
Exactly. So I've just put a drop of lavender in the palm of my hand, and notice what I'm doing. I'm putting a drop of each and every one of these. They're all pure, or you don't even have to get your hands too close to here. When I put peppermint on, I know that I'm going to become expansive and enjoy a new experience. So it's like that. It's a cleansing of the old, gives you a fresh perspective, helps with understanding because it's good for supporting healthy digestion. And our digestion is connected to the thought processes in our mind. So it works hand in hand. We have those three brains, the gut health, the mind, and the heart brain, and you want them all working together. And these oils are just perfect for that. It opens to the door to life without limitation. So it helps.
Oh yeah, that it's almost like a snap, isn't it? It's like, yep, it's very intense. It sort of hits you like a bit like wasabi in a bottle, maybe.
Yeah, the wake up oil, and great for driving if you've got long distances or short distances. Diffuse it in the car. While I'm on that note,
just don't put it near the eyes. If you're going to do temples, do it right back in the temples and do it on the hairline, because
particularly if you're in a hot, sweaty place, because
yes,
and that'll be news to me.
That's why I like behind the ears for that one. Like behind the ears, like nothing sweaty is going to go into the eyes.
So, and a lot of people use it if they're getting headaches, and they find that it helps. So in the car, this is my little travel diffuser. So it's got the little, I don't know what these cords are, these little charging plugs here. It is a C plug. So you just simply touch the lid, and I don't think you can see. Oh, there, you might be able to see.
Was it 4 hours? It goes 4 hours without charging?
Look, I can't remember, I'll be honest, but there's a low and a high. And so it's on low now, and that's just given out a little spurt, and then it stops. I really like this diffuser. I'm in love with it.
I do too, and that one actually uses, it has no water in it. It just uses a bottle in there. I actually have it going in my daughter's room because her room gets a bit musty, and I've actually got it plugged in and using it like it's an actual diffuser. And in this month's bundle, I've actually bought another one because I want another one of those that I actually take out with me. So
yes, and you can actually get this in one of the Thieves' little Make a Shift bundle too. I think
that's where I first got it from, and but this time I've just ordered that one. So
awesome. So look at this, lovely. Okay, so what's the next oil, Jess?
Orange. So orange is sweet joy in a bottle. This one has reminded me to stay playful and radiant, especially when my healing work gets deep or intense. So this is one that's very good for anxiousness. You feel a little bit nervy, and you just need that pick-me-up that just makes you know that you're okay.
Absolutely. So when I use my orange, I think this affirmation, I express myself with happiness, with ease, and with joy. So if you're down in the doldrums and you need a good pick-me-up, this is going to help you to express your inner joy, because it's going to release that and your confidence. It transforms self-sabotage, and it allows that honoring of you to just live, express, and experience your full potential and your courage. And once
my granddaughter used this so much. She loved this one, and she was a bit nervous, and it actually helped her to be able. She took it to school with her when she started a new school, and every time she felt a little bit nervy, she'd get it out and
Yes.
just smell the bottle, and it helped
Yeah.
to shift all of that so that
Wonderful.
now she's
Yeah.
thriving.
Isn't it great when kids learn how to self-moderate like
Yeah.
that?
So
Well,
next is thieves, which we could talk for hours and hours and hours on
yes,
thieves
good.
because it's so good for both a physical and an energetic protector. It holds me when I'm giving a lot of myself, clearing out what doesn't serve and keeping my field strong, which that's the emotional aspect. But then at home, it's, oh my God, this is one I have in my bag. I use it everywhere. I use it in a spray. It for germs, for smell, like if there's a smell in the air, for cleaning, basically. It's so good with cleaning. So imagine how that can clean your emotional closet out. When you're
Exactly.
cleaning your home with it, it brings the physical into the emotional, and when you're clearing out your emotional cupboards and you're clearing your home cupboards, it's all over reset.
Absolutely beautiful. So it's got cinnamon, clove, rosemary, lemon, and one more, eucalyptus in it. Fantastic. Great for your happy, healthy immune system. And hello, lovely cinnamon. How are you? Glad that you have connected with us. Oh, yum. I'm clear and focused, so it helps with. It's got like a cleansing, offers protection, and invokes feelings of safety. Supports your ability to express yourself with strength and ease. Invokes feelings of knowing all is well, and we certainly do need to feel that nurtured sense of confidence and relaxation about the world and whatever we're experiencing in life. We have it in our toothpaste, and as Jess was talking about our cleaning products, I've recently been using. We're talking about Thieves cinnamon. I've recently been using our dishwasher tablets in my dishwasher. I love them. No more toxic nonsense in the dishwasher. Although I was using before that, I was using our Thieves concentrated cleaner in the dishwasher, and that was working fine for me as well.
So give it a go. So next up is peace and calming.
Oh,
This has been part of my integration rituals. After big energetic releases, it calms the nervous system and brings me into the breath. Because, as I said at the start of this, I've been going through major shadow work and major, like physical changes. And the peace and calming has just been able to bring me back down and has been able to center me so that I can take that breath so that I can continue on and just sort of go, oh, I'm at peace, I am calm, and all is okay with the world.
oh gosh, I love it. It was one of my favorite oils because it was in my first kit and just so beautiful, diffused in the house, and the whole energy in your house just does this beautiful, just brings it down to a really nice, calm, easy, steady vibration. Peace and calming. Where's my little write up? I'm peaceful with a deep sense of calm. Allows movement beyond the feelings of grief and trauma. So if you are, how we get stuck in our stories of our past, and we find it a challenge to move on, peace and calming just brings you to a state of, well, I say equilibrium, and it supports you to be able to take life in your stride. And we all need a little bit of help sometimes, and these oils do. And cinnamon is saying, I need the thieves because the lurgy finally caught up to you. Well, cinnamon, I'm sorry to hear you've got the lurgy, and I hope you can get your hands on some thieves because we just we know, of course, that I know what I'd be doing with my thieves.
They remind the body that it's okay, and I think it reminds us that I can heal too. It aids with that whole process. And thieves, if you got the lurgies, like thieves on your feet and in a diffuser, will definitely shift the energy of your home and will definitely start you on the path of healing.
Okay, and I've just put my website. Oh no, I didn't. I've made a mistake in my website. Anyway, I'll come back to that.
You are human, not an AI, though, Jane. So
Get oiling. It should be get oiling. I'll repost that again when I get the moment when I'll handball it to Jess. So, what is next, Jess?
RC, my breathwork and vocal tonic blend, perfect before circle, sound work, or even emotional release. When I need to create space inside the chest and voice. So this is another good one when you got the Lurgy too. So because it's like helps with your respiration, helps with your chest, helps to clear up any blockages that have in there, either emotionally or physically, and it just breaks that all down and helps to clear it out. This one's really good for a wake up too, like on the back of the neck. Like if you feel like I find if I'm feeling a little bit headachy too, on the back of my neck, it's just like, phew, yeah, really good.
Oh, good. Cinnamon's got some thieves. She's put some on her chest too. I can't smell it, but I know it's there. Put some on your feet too, Cinnamon. That's a really good place to put oils. And some people will even put the thieves in a capsule and take it. So that's another idea. Okay, so good on you. I'm glad you've got some. RC. So I like to think of the R as respiratory, and I like to think of the C as congestion. So when you are feeling congested, you can rub this on your chest. You can put it in the diffuser. And the thoughts of, I am rejuvenated and invigorated. It expands your ability to take a fresh breath for new possibilities. It removes feelings of suffocation, stagnation, and depletion. Allows for a fresh new attitude for a new beginning. So if it was me and I was feeling any of those emotions, or I needed some, some support with my breath, I would just rub it directly onto my chest. I know that my body enjoys oils. If you are new to oils, it is advisable to do just a test patch. Swipe the top of the bottle across your forearm here, the inside of your forearm, and if after half an hour there's no redness, your body's going to cope with the oils. And some people's bodies don't cope because they need a lot of detoxing, and you might break out in a rash or something. If that's the case, you use less. You get some carrier oil and you apply that over the top. And yes, see, to the feet is a great place for using oils. And some people don't particularly enjoy smells, so the feet is even is fantastic. And put some socks on over the top if the smells are not resonating with you. And what often happens too is you might go, oh, like I know a lady who didn't like thieves. She said, I can't stand it, but she kept getting sick. So I said to her, you've just got to get into some thieves and put it on your feet. And she did. And about 2 weeks later, she said, thieves is the new black. And she was so
it was a year for Vela for me to like Vela, but I kept using it, and then one day it was just like delicious, yeah. But my partner doesn't really like thieves, and I know that he's got a few health issues that I think would go, oh, we don't like that because it's clearing them up.
Yes.
So what is speaking in your body is sometimes what you need to actually shift, and it's going, oh, I don't like that because it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Like healing isn't all, sometimes especially emotionally, isn't all about feeling comfortable. It gets very uncomfortable.
Exactly.
So that's why it's really
come
good
out the other side
to have some stress away. There's a little sedge.
Good timing.
Stress away. The balm for busyness on days where I've like been really a bit stressed out, cooked dinner, like done a lot of like personal business, and with motherhood, it's my exhale, like the stressor. All this breath work. There's a lot of breath work in this, isn't there? Which is which is quite interesting because we're all smelling these beautiful oils. So, but if we don't breathe and we don't let go, we don't be. And that's what we need to do, is we need to actually let go of those pockets of stress that sometimes we don't even realize that we're holding. What are you doing? Like roll your shoulders. Actually, even give your shoulders a roll. Are you holding any stress? Are you, you see if you got any little cracks in your neck, and just let that stress just roll away. And that is like the bottle of stress away.
That's wonderful. So stress away, I kind of tune into, I flow with grace, ease, and joy. Uplifting allows to rise above feelings of overwhelm, and it brings in a fresh attitude and a new perspective. So it just, even just smelling stress away, as Jess says, you're taking in a breath, and your shoulders actually sometimes just move naturally with that breath and with the physiological response that you get when you actually smell the oil.
Absolutely. Okay. And I think that just sort of says, I think we all know what stress is. I think we all know what stress away is. So the next one is pan away. Body restoration. This one helps me honor the vessel, reminding me that the body is sacred and deserves just as much care as the spirit. And my body was what I would call broken. I've broken 15 bones in my life, so a lot of pain, and a lot of like physical, just, oh my goodness me, which is why I was on painkillers. Pan away on those aches and those spots actually was an activation for my muscles to remember how it felt to not hurt. So that was the start in the healing process of my body. It was like, wow, I haven't taken a painkiller and I'm not feeling pain. So that's
fantastic.
Pan away was like very, very used oil. So it's pretty amazing.
Love that story. And I just rub some around the sides and just back here, and just around the bottom, the base of your skull is a really good place to put oils. And I was feeling a bit fuzzy, and that sort of really just cleared me up beautifully. So pan away. You could put an I in it, in between the A and the N, and that'll tell you, give you a clue what that bottle can do.
And then very importantly, as well as all of the others, is Digees. Deep support during periods of transformation. It's helped me process not just food, but experiences, digesting life as it unfolds. So digestion is not just a physical thing. Digestion is also an emotional thing. So if we're upset or if we're holding on to things, our digestive system doesn't work as well as it should. So the Digees, and I will put it like on my stomach and around where my liver is, and I'll put a bit up here too. And it just helps everything process and start moving, as well as the emotional moving to help all of the whole system move too. So it's Digees, so it's the whole digestion.
Fantastic. So when I use this one, I become peaceful, and I trust my inner knowing. So it's that, like digesting your thoughts. It supports your ability to process your thoughts, helps understanding, and offers support to process situations. So if you need support in gathering your ideas and your thoughts, and even some clarity about where and how to go, what next step there might be, Digees is going to support all of those things so that you can process them in order to come out the other side a better version of yourself.
So they're not just oils, they're tools for resilience, gateways to remembrance, and threads in the weave of who I've become. And I use them daily, not just for support, but to amplify the energy of the spaces I hold. And I love introducing others to their magic, because everyone deserves this kind of anchored, aligned support. And that's what's, and in this bundle is just so much. Like, you could just have this bundle and it could do all of what we've just spoken about for you.
Exactly. And in this bundle, there are a few different options of which diffuser it comes with. And it's a bargain price for $288 in Australia, delivered. That's with postage included, and
And this month you get 2 diffusers, not just the one. That's the thing. You get 2. So seriously, I wish I was joining up now.
Well, the other thing is that if you keep ordering, they've got some bonuses, an extra bonus next month as well. But I don't. Are you aware that Young Living? Here is the cactus diffuser. You would get that if you bought the premium bundle. But if you also, or you can just spend $200 and buy the oils of your choice, and you would still get this premium. This free cactus diffuser. And I keep calling it an acorn diffuser for some reason.
It's a bit like an acorn more than a cactus, I think. But
oh, maybe, yeah. Anyway, and then if you do another order, a 50-point order next month, you get a free oil. So
Cozy Cabin, which smells delicious. Like seriously, it's ginger and cinnamony sort of like smells, and it smells like, you could just imagine in a little cabin and you've got a little fire going, it's burning the pine, and yeah, you're just cozy with candles going and just like mulled wine or something like that.
Oh, sounds nice.
Nice cup of tea.
Awesome. Nice warm Ningxia. I quite like my warm Ningxia with some of my culinary oils in it. I'll add peppermint or black pepper to make a really good, it's almost, if you warm it up, it can be a good alternative to a mulled wine.
Oh, how do you warm it up? Do you just add hot water?
I often just boil, because I have a jug that has a temperature, so I wouldn't put boiling water in, just some hot to taste water, and I add that to my Ningxia in winter and add a drop of peppermint oil or whatever else I decide I want to add, and it's a really good warming drink that's going to give you lots of energy.
I'm going to have to try that, Kay.
Yeah, beautiful. So, if you have not got started with Young Living and you think now's the time and you want to have a conversation, reach out, and Jess or I will be more than happy to have a chat with you and you answer all your personal questions. So thank you everyone for listening and tuning in. Hope you've got something from this, and look forward to another live with you up the track. Lots of love.
Keep oiling.
Keep oiling, and come and join our Facebook group if you are watching from YouTube or wherever. Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom. Thanks for watching. Bye.